The government enacted the Whistleblowers Protection Act of 2010, which provides for the procedure through which individuals may disclose information to the Inspectorate of Government that relates to irregular, illegal, or corruption practices in the public interest. The law provides for protection against victimization of such persons who make disclosures to the Inspectorate of Government IGG. Addressing herself to the Chief Administrative Officers, City Town Clerks and Municipal Council Clerks today in Kampala, the Ombudsman Beti Kamya wants them to join the fight against corruption as whistleblowers.
So I call upon you, accounting officers, to raise your level of patriotism and become whistleblowers yourselves. You have a lot of information on your predecessors. When you go to another office during the transfers, you will find a lot of things which your predecessors was hiding, but you'll find them in the office. You have a lot of information on the accountants, on fellow CAOs, and on aboves. You have a lot of information of the aboves who send you money and ask you to take it back. You have that information.
The IGG has promised to reward the officials with 5% of the funds recovered from acts of corruption and embezzlement.
You come quietly. Through the Whistleblowers Act, you will be protected, but we shall get these people and you get your clean 5%. So this clean 5% can also be used by accounting officers to stamp corruption out of this country.
However, the Chief Administrative Officer of Kaliro District, Samuel Kalisa Bigirwa, reported that he had received death threats resulting from whistleblowing a case of stolen 6 billion shillings.
I have survived 2 assassinations. I say this with pain, Madam IGG. I even wrote to IGP for protection. You know, Madam IGG, if people have money and me whistleblowing or have discovered their crime, I don't have the money. They can use the very money to assassinate me.
The Chief Administrative Officer said the meager salaries paid to them by government has partly contributed to the corruption cancer.
Like you're getting over 40 million shillings.
Mr. Atama, me, I'm getting only 2.3. So now, I want to request kindly, you wield a lot of power. The president listens to you. You can be an authority. I want to request you today to stop the discrimination in public service.
Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Give us this day our daily bread. The bread you are giving to the accounting officers in local governments and others is leading us into temptation, and it is criminal. God will judge it.
Why did the president decide to create other body when constitutionally the IGG was operational? We want to understand that. Because a lot of unprofessional people came and disorganized.
Earlier, the Inspectorate of Government said tracing corruption in local governments has always led her officers to accounting officers who collude with the corrupt to steal public funds.
You CAOs and accounting officers, you are in the thick of this very sad story of this country. When we trace the money in local government, or when we trace the money, the trail leads us to CAOs. The trail leads us to accounting officer. Nobody can steal money without the collusion of the accounting officer.
Describing forms of corruption, Kamya cited the case of a prominent opposition politician who has spent 1.2 billion shillings in taxpayers' money to seek treatment abroad when Mulago can handle the case. Kamya wonders whether this is not a form of corruption in public interest.
Very vocal opposition member of parliament. But when she fell sick, she did not say, bring the medicine to Mulago. No. They put her on the plane with her husband. They took her wherever the medicine is. And so far, I hear the government has spent 1.2 billion on this very vocal opposition person. Is this a victim of corruption?
Research conducted by the IGG indicates that the country loses about 10 trillion shillings in corruption. Jingo Francis, NTV.